Hey guys, it's Justine, and I'm sorry I haven't really been doing any videos for Booktubeathon, so I'm going to try to get it all done today. I've done really well, I think. I've read 13 books, and I'm almost done my 14th, so I'll show you what I have read. I started off, I guess Monday morning, as soon as it started at midnight, I started reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I finished that off that night. It's an okay read. I read it at night, so I was kind of creeped out. The pictures really creep me out, and I work, I'm a nurse in an old folks home, so I had to go do rounds, and then I was super scared that things were going to be jumping out at me. So yeah, this book was okay for me. I think I gave it 3.5 or 4 out of 5. I'm looking forward to the movie, and I do have the second book, so I'm looking forward to reading it as well. And then for my book with red on the cover, I picked Stone of Thieves by Diane J. Reid. I think I only gave this one 3.5 out of 5 as well, because the first book is young adult. This one can be read without reading the first one, but this one's new adult, so for me, from going from reading the cute, fluffy first young adult one to reading this one, where there was definitely some sex scenes that I didn't need that much graphic information, it was a bit of a shock. So I think if I would have read this one by itself, it would have been better, just in case you guys read it for the rest of the order, so I'll just show you. Then I read The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I really liked this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and yeah, it was great. And then I picked up The Giver by Lois Lowry, which I've never read before. I loved it, 5 out of 5 stars. It was really super weird, the world that was created, but I really look forward to reading the other 3 books in the series. So if you guys haven't read it, you need to read it. And for one that somebody picked for you, my friend picked Frozen by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnson. They're married, by the way, in case you didn't know. I really enjoyed this book as well. It's kind of piratey, dystopian, and yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting, but I really enjoyed it. So if you guys want something a little bit different, grab this one. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I did really like it. I'm hoping there's a second one, looking forward to it. And then for my start a series, finish a series, I did a duology, and I picked Is Breaking Lauren and Losing Lauren by Jordan Dean. I gave Breaking Lauren 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It's this one's kind of young adult, then it kind of goes to new adult because they get older, but I gave the second one 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, and I really enjoyed them. And because I finished all those books by early Wednesday morning, I decided that I would do Booktubeathon 2.0, and I was gonna pick another 7 books to keep reading out of the same challenge categories. So the first one that I picked up, a book with pictures, The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valenti. I did not like this book. I only gave it 2.5 out of 5. It's just the writing was so weird. And this is supposed to be middle grade, I believe, and I don't think middle grade kids would understand a lot of it. I didn't understand some of the language. I had to look stuff up. It was just too whimsical, I guess you would call it. It was so weird to read. So I don't know. I do have the second book, and I ordered the third book, so I'll read them, but the writing wasn't my kind of writing. And then I picked up, it was a book you don't normally read, or a genre you don't really read. I did the graphic novel. This is my first graphic novel. Whoops. My first graphic novel, Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. And I freaking love this. The artwork was amazing. I read it in literally 15 minutes. And I have the second one. I ordered the third one. My only complaint is I wish that the pictures were in color. But that's okay. The covers are in color. So that's good. I loved it. Then I read Half Bad by Sally Green. I really liked this book. It was pretty, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars or 4.5. It was super graphic, there's torture scenes that are unbelievably graphic, but otherwise I love the story, I love where it's going, I love the characters, and I want more. And another friend picked this book for me, Smoke by Ellen Hopkins. I love Ellen Hopkins. I've read just about all her books. Now I've read all the young adult. I just haven't read her adult ones. This is the sequel to Burned. I loved Burned. It ended on a cliffhanger. She wasn't even gonna write this sequel, and I'm so glad she did. And I still want more. Like, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, I think, or 4.55, and I still want more because I love it. I love her writing. If you guys like lyrical writing, I think is what it's called. Maybe not lyrical. It's not in lyrics, but it's like in verse writing. I don't know. It's all in like weird, but it's awesome and you should check them out. Then I grabbed If I Stay by Gail Forman, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm excited for the movie. I love this whole story. It was amazing. I was crying, but I was happy. Then I picked up Where She Went. Didn't like this one as much, only because it was so far, like it was 3 years in the future from If I Stay, and I would have rather have like the right after than 3 years in the future. I still liked it. I still think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And this one's from the guy's point of view, so it's a little bit different, but it was still an enjoyable read. I still cried. And then for this will be the 14th book, I'm almost done. Witches of East End by Melissa Dela Cruz, my second book by her. I really like the book, and I've watching the show, and I would just suggest that if you're watching the show and you haven't read the book, don't read the book, or if you're reading the book and you haven't watched the show, don't watch the show, because they're nothing alike. They have different names of characters. Nobody looks like what they're supposed to look like. In the book, there's vampires. There's not vampires in the show, unless I haven't got that far yet. There's just so many differences. Aunt Wendy is not even in the book. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. So don't do it. But yeah, so I don't know my total page count. I'll try to put a thing somewhere to tell you how many pages I read. And yeah, hopefully I can get a couple more in because it's only Saturday and it's only like 10 o'clock in the morning for me. Yeah, so good luck everybody, and I will see you around. Bye!